My dear one, do you feel the tremble in your spirit? That quiet shake in your chest that feels like something is happening but you can't quite put your finger on it. That isn't just emotion, and it's not your mind playing tricks. It is me, Archangel Michael, standing close to you, speaking with urgency. My heart aches not with anger but with deep love. I have been trying to reach you again and again. Each tear I shed carries a message that heaven does not want you to miss. If ever there was a moment to listen with your spirit instead of just your ears, it is right now. This moment is not random, it's your final window. Heaven is watching, waiting for your response. Don't scroll past, don't ignore what is stirring, because something is shifting in the unseen. And if you miss this chance, the weight of it will echo in ways you cannot imagine. Even if you can't hear it with your natural ears, there's a spiritual alarm ringing around you. I've stood beside your bed, walked with you in the streets, hovered near when you cried silently, and still you pushed away the whispers. But know this, heaven never gives up on souls like yours. I am Michael, the Archangel assigned to fight for hearts like yours. And I am fighting now. I've seen behind the veil, a person tied to your journey is stirring, and a decision is forming that could either bless you or block you. These moments don't come often, this is one of them. Don't waste it. You think this is just another message, but it's not. This is heaven's loudest call wrapped in words, because the thunder in the spirit wasn't enough to wake you before. Even now someone is speaking your name, decisions are being shaped in places you cannot see. Plans are forming while you rest, but whether those plans lift you or harm you depends on your awareness. That's why my voice is heavy with urgency. Skip this and you might skip the very moment that was written into your destiny. This isn't to scare you, it's to wake you. Feel your heartbeat right now. That's proof you are still chosen, still marked, still covered. But being protected doesn't mean ignoring the warnings. Heaven speaks in signs, in nudges, in feelings you can't shake. Right now the angels are circling your home, holding back what was meant to destroy you. But you have a choice. God's call is louder than the plots forming against you. Will you answer, or will you walk away from what was meant to save you? Listen carefully. Something is being uncovered. Someone close to you, someone who smiled with you, prayed with you, carried words of kindness, has hidden intentions. Archangel Michael says, what you cannot see, God reveals what others try to bury. This is your final alert. Don't ignore it. The uneasiness you've been feeling, the heaviness in your chest, the sense that something isn't right, that isn't paranoia. It's discernment. It's heaven making sure you don't walk blind into danger. The blessing on its way to you is so great that the enemy tried to delay it. That's why strange things have been happening, sudden silences, messages lost, confusion in conversations, things going missing. Behind the veil there has been a battle over your next miracle. And we the angels have been fighting for you. But your response matters. You must open your eyes. This is not a threat, it's love. The kind of love that refuses to stay quiet while you risk losing what heaven has already prepared. God has already sent the solution, but the problem is also watching. And that problem has a name: a face, and an agenda. Heaven knows what's been spoken behind your back, the twisting of your intentions, the doubt placed on your name. You may not see the depth of it, but we do. That's why I've been crying for you, because heaven was speaking and you weren't listening. But now you are. Even the things in your house hold meaning. That old letter, that piece of jewelry, that note you almost threw away, they aren't accidents. They are reminders that heaven is watching, that the battle is still active, but that you are not alone. One more careless step could cost you what you've prayed for. But if you take this warning seriously, if you open your spirit now, something massive will shift in your favor. People will be left wondering how you escaped what was meant to harm you, but you'll know the truth. God stepped in because you listened. I know the weight you've carried. I've seen your long nights of trying to be strong when you felt anything but. I've heard the silent cries you thought no one noticed. And I've wept because you thought heaven was blind to you. But I was assigned to your name. I walk the same roads you walk, I stand at the same doors you knock on. And when they don't open, I grieve too, but only because those doors would have hurt you more than helped you. What feels like rejection is often protection. Trust me, what is coming in the next few hours will not be ordinary. Someone will speak something simple, almost casual, but if you are spiritually awake you will hear the code in it. It will be a sign, a clue, a confirmation. If you're distracted you'll miss it and later wonder why everything slipped away. Don't tune out, not now. You've come too far, been too faithful, fought too many battles. This final message isn't fear, it's your wake-up call wrapped in love, sealed in heaven and delivered directly to you. The outcome is shifting even as you read these words. The future that seemed uncertain is tilting in your favor. The doors that looked locked are about to swing wide. The voices raised against you are about to be silenced. And the blessing that felt delayed is already moving toward you with speed. This is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your breakthrough. Heaven is on your side. The angels are at your door. God's hand is already moving. Walk in faith and nothing can stop what has been written for you. The urgency you feel in your chest right now is not random. It is a divine reminder that the choice in front of you is sacred. Every time you hesitate, the enemy celebrates. Every time you choose alignment, heaven moves on your behalf. This is not about fear, it's about clarity. Your life is standing at a crossroads, and the next step you take will echo far beyond this week. You have been carrying burdens that were never yours to carry, and heaven is asking you to finally put them down. Do not confuse distraction with destiny. Just because something demands your attention does not mean it deserves your energy. In this season, energy is currency, and heaven is teaching you where to invest it. Archangel Michael says, your silence will speak louder than your words. Your refusal to engage in battles that are beneath you is the very thing that will elevate you. This is why you've been feeling a pull to retreat, to observe, to wait. It's because heaven is strategizing around you, and your patience is part of the plan. You've asked why certain people have left, why doors have shut, why opportunities seem to slip through your hands. The truth is, not every absence is a loss. Some absences are protection. God says, the things I remove are just as important as the things I give. And lately what's been removed from your life carried poison you didn't recognize. Heaven saw the conversations you weren't in, the intentions you couldn't detect and the traps you didn't notice. That's why sudden endings came. They weren't punishment, they were rescue missions. But now comes the test. You are about to be offered something that looks safe, something that looks easy, but it will cost you your peace. And at the same time you will be offered something that feels uncertain, maybe even scary, but it will carry divine order. You will know the difference by the way your spirit responds. One will agitate your soul no matter how shiny it looks. The other will bring a strange calm even if it doesn't make sense on paper. That calm is heaven's stamp. Don't ignore it this time. Archangel Michael has been standing guard, and his tears are not weakness but a signal. When angels cry, it means destiny is too close to gamble with. The fight over your life has intensified because what is on the other side of this choice is breakthrough you have prayed for years to see. And the reason the pressure has been so heavy is because the enemy knows he is running out of time. This is his last attempt to lure you back into cycles you've already outgrown. Beloved, you have been trained for this moment. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every closed door was part of your preparation. The strength you gained in silence, the lessons you learned in shadows, they are now your armor. Do not think you are weak because you feel tired. The fact that you are still here, still listening, still breathing proves that you are stronger than what tried to bury you. Heaven did not waste those tears. Every sleepless night is about to pay you back in favor. God says, I did not forget you when you felt forgotten. I was rewriting your story in chapters you couldn't see. I was planting seeds underground where your eyes couldn't reach. And now the roots are deep and the growth will be sudden. Expect sudden changes in the days ahead. Expect people to reveal their true intentions. Expect divine alignment to come disguised as interruption. What looks like delay will turn out to be protection, and what looks like loss will turn into multiplication. Do not let loneliness push you into the arms of those who secretly doubt you. Do not let impatience trick you into settling for something beneath your calling. You are not ordinary, and your path will never look ordinary. That is why the fight has been harder for you than for others. The weight of your calling attracts resistance, but it also guarantees provision. The same way the pressure increased, so will the blessing that follows. Archangel Michael says, your next yes must be your strongest yes. Heaven is waiting on your agreement. We can fight for you, we can shield you, but we cannot choose for you. You must choose alignment. You must choose obedience. This is the moment to rise above old cycles. The chains that once held you are cracking even now, but you must walk away before they tighten again. Pay close attention to dreams, to sudden flashes of memory, to words that seem casual but strike your heart. These are not random. They are divine breadcrumbs leading you to the truth. Someone connected to your circle will reveal themselves without realizing it. Their slip of the tongue will expose what has been hidden. Don't ignore it and don't excuse it. Heaven is giving you evidence so you can act wisely. The truth may sting, but it will set you free. And when you are free, you will see why the battle was so fierce. The promise waiting on the other side of this storm is larger than anything you've experienced before. And that is why you are being called to be vigilant, to be courageous, to trust beyond what you can see. God says, "The very place where you were rejected will become the place where I establish you. The very ones who doubted you will witness your restoration. The very doors that slammed shut will be replaced with gates so wide no man can close them." Hold on to this, because your breakthrough is closer than it feels. Stay still, stay watchful, and remember you were warned because you are worthy. Heaven doesn't cry over every soul, but it cries over you because your destiny carries eternal weight. The tears are proof that you are not alone, not forsaken, not forgotten. What you choose in these coming days will write the next chapter, and heaven is cheering for you to choose wisely. The healing coming isn't just emotional. It's spiritual, and it will touch every hidden place inside of you that you thought no one could reach. God has seen every scar, every silent wound, and He has marked this moment as the beginning of restoration. What broke you will no longer define you. The tears you've cried in secret are being turned into seeds of joy that will bloom in the open. Archangel Michael says, "This healing is not temporary, it's permanent. It's not surface, it's deep. And when it flows through you, the same light that heals you will begin to heal those around you." Do not be surprised if people suddenly feel drawn to you in this next season. They may not know why, but your presence will carry the weight of heaven's comfort. The pain you endured has produced a fragrance of strength, and that fragrance cannot be faked. That's why people who once overlooked you will now search for you. That's why doors that once slammed shut will open so wide you'll wonder how they were ever closed at all. It's not luck, it's alignment. Heaven has been preparing the atmosphere for this moment, and now the curtain is being lifted. But be watchful. Just as healing flows in, tests will appear to challenge that healing. Someone will try to remind you of who you used to be. They may even bring up your past mistakes, your weakest moments, your hidden flaws. Do not fall into their trap. They are not reminding you for your growth, but to chain you to the version of yourself you've already outgrown. Heaven whispers, "Do not respond with shame. Respond with silence." Your silence will prove that you no longer need to fight battles that are already won. Archangel Michael says, "The heavens are aligning divine partnerships now." Pay attention to new connections, sudden conversations, and unexpected opportunities. Some of these are not chance encounters, they are keys being handed to you. But just as keys can open doors, they can also be counterfeited. Test the spirit of those who enter your life. Do they bring peace or confusion? Do they push you toward purpose or pull you into distraction? Heaven will reveal the truth if you pause long enough to discern. You've been asking God why it feels like so many people have been leaving your life at once. Friendships fading, family growing distant, conversations becoming quiet. What feels like abandonment is actually protection. God is clearing the noise so you can finally hear His voice clearly. The ones who are meant to walk with you in this next season will not drain you, they will water you. They will not compete with your light, they will honor it. And yes, the enemy senses this shift. That's why the warfare increased right before this word found you. That's why your mind has felt under attack, your sleep disrupted, your peace unsettled. But here's what you must know: the battle you're facing is not proof of defeat. It is evidence of how close you are to breakthrough. If you were not dangerous to darkness, you would not be fought this hard. The pressure you feel is the enemy's last attempt to make you quit before the reward arrives. Do not quit, do not stop, do not give your agreement to despair. Heaven has already signed the victory. God says, "What I've started in you I will finish." Even the delays were never denials, they were divine redirections. What you thought you lost was only being repositioned so that when it returns it fits perfectly into your story. Archangel Michael says, your obedience in this season will be the greatest weapon you carry. Not louder prayers, not stronger arguments, but quiet obedience. When heaven gives you an instruction whether to move, to stay, to speak, or to stay silent, follow quickly. Delayed obedience opens the door for confusion. Immediate obedience unlocks the flow of blessings. A financial shift is indeed on the horizon, but it will come with responsibility. Do not repeat old cycles of giving your abundance to those who misuse it. Steward wisely. Heaven is testing not just if you can receive, but if you can manage what you've prayed for. If you prove faithful with the little, the increase will come with speed. And when it does, it will not just bless you, it will overflow into your family, your community, and even strangers who never saw it coming. There's also restoration for your heart. The betrayal you faced did not break you, it refined you. The rejection you experienced was not the end, it was redirection. Heaven is bringing people into your life who will love you in ways that don't demand you to shrink, who will see you without trying to change you, who will support you without strings attached. This is not just about romance, it's about every relationship that touches your soul. From this moment forward, you are only aligned with those who protect your peace and honor your spirit. And beloved, remember this: you are stepping into a generational shift. The weight you've carried was not just yours, it was the weight of those who came before you. But heaven has chosen you as the breaker, the one who ends cycles of pain and begins cycles of blessing. That's why the warfare has felt so heavy. That's why the tears have been so many. You are carrying more than your own story, you are carrying a legacy. And when you rise, countless others rise with you. Right now, angels are moving in the unseen. Papers are being signed, doors are being unlocked, hearts are being softened, and chains are being broken. While you read these words, heaven is already at work shifting the atmosphere around your name. Trust it, believe it, receive it. Because this isn't just another message, it is a divine confirmation that your story is turning, your breakthrough is near, and your destiny is unfolding in real time. Do not take this moment lightly. Do not scroll past and forget. This is heaven's reminder that you are chosen, you are covered, and you are about to step into a chapter so bright that every shadow from your past will lose its hold. Stay alert, stay obedient, stay aligned. Because the moment heaven has been preparing for you has finally arrived. The storm was never meant to break you, it was meant to expose what could not go with you. And right now that exposure is happening, the masks are slipping, the hidden intentions are surfacing, and the truth is no longer waiting to be revealed. Do not panic when you see it, do not grieve when certain faces fall away. This is not rejection, this is refinement. God says, I am removing what looked loyal but was actually leaking. You cannot carry sabotage into destiny, you cannot carry manipulation into freedom. What feels like loss is actually the rearrangement of heaven, and when heaven rearranges, it never leaves you empty. Someone will attempt to play on your compassion, to tug at your heartstrings with words carefully chosen to weaken your guard. But you are no longer naive, you've been trained through fire, through heartbreak, through silence, and through lonely nights. Those nights where you thought no one saw your tears, heaven did. And those tears watered the soil of your next season. That's why I, Archangel Michael, have been pressing this word with urgency. You are standing on holy ground, and not everyone who started with you can step onto it. There's a financial door opening soon. It will look small at first, almost unimpressive. Don't dismiss it. What looks minor in the natural is monumental in the spiritual. This opportunity is the key that unlocks a chain reaction of blessings. Handle it with care, steward it with wisdom. Do not broadcast it prematurely. Because while God is setting a table for you, the enemy is circling, hoping you'll hand him the menu. Protect your abundance with silence, protect your increase with prayer. God says, I will provide but you must protect. And there's healing arriving in a way you did not expect. This isn't just the mending of a broken heart, it's the resurrection of your spirit. The places inside of you that felt numb, the parts you thought would never feel joy again, watch them come alive. Watch laughter return, watch your creativity flow again, watch your dreams ignite with new fire. What therapy could not touch, what words could not fix, heaven's hand is healing now. I know you feel the weight, I know at times it seems unfair that you're the one chosen to carry what others could not. But remember this, chosen does not mean crushed, chosen means trusted. Heaven trusted you with this assignment because they knew you would not quit. Even when you thought you failed, your persistence was worship, even when you doubted, your decision to keep moving was faith. That's why you are still here, that's why heaven is still leaning in. There is also a person in your circle who has been smiling in your face while secretly questioning your every move. They see your growth and it unsettles them. They sense your elevation and it intimidates them. Do not shrink to make them comfortable, do not dim to keep them near. Your light is meant to disrupt their shadows, and the more you shine, the more truth will be revealed. God says, this is the season where silence will serve you better than explanations. Stop defending yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you, stop pouring into cups that leak, stop exhausting yourself trying to prove what heaven has already approved. Your name is already in rooms you haven't entered, your story is already being discussed in places of power, your destiny is not dependent on their validation, it is secured by divine confirmation. The next few nights your dreams will hold instructions. Some of them will seem strange, almost too symbolic to interpret. Write them down, revisit them, pray over them. Heaven speaks in patterns, and what you see in the spirit will soon align with what you walk into in the natural. Take those dreams seriously, they are the whispers of heaven, the blueprints of your future. You've been asking, why me, why so much resistance, why do I feel targeted? Here is the answer, because you are the breaker in your bloodline. You are the one who carries the anointing to shatter generational chains. You are the one who holds the keys that others never found. That's why the warfare feels ancient, it is. But so is your calling, so is your strength. You were chosen to finish what they could not. I, Archangel Michael, have been walking beside you since the beginning. I've seen the nights you almost gave up, I've shielded you from accidents that should have taken you out, I've fought battles on your behalf that you'll never even know about. And now I'm telling you with everything in me, this is not the time to retreat, this is not the time to settle, this is not the time to give in to fear. This is the moment to rise, to walk through the door, to embrace the mantle on your life fully, without apology, and without hesitation. But hear me, your response matters. The way you handle these next decisions will set the course for years to come. Choose peace over chaos, choose wisdom over impulse, choose obedience over convenience. Heaven cannot bless what disobedience contaminates. But when you align, when you surrender, when you step boldly, the floodgates open. Right now the atmosphere around you is charged. The spiritual climate has shifted. You can feel it, the restlessness, the anticipation, the stirring. That's not your imagination, that's heaven's wind blowing in your direction. And with it comes acceleration. What took others years will take you months, what doors stayed shut for generations will swing wide for you. Because this isn't just about your story, it's about the redemption of an entire lineage. So prepare yourself, protect your spirit, guard your heart. Heaven is investing heavily in you right now. And I, Archangel Michael, am standing with my sword drawn, ensuring that nothing formed against you prospers. But your part is to stay awake, to stay aligned, to step forward. The mantle is yours, the moment is here, the miracle is ready. All that's left is your yes. This is why heaven has been pressing on your spirit so strongly. You've been feeling the urgency, the pull, the stirring in your chest that won't let you rest. That's not anxiety, that's alignment. Archangel Michael says, you are standing at the intersection of destiny and distraction. One wrong turn and you will circle the wilderness again, but one bold yes and you will step into the promise that's been waiting for you. The air around you is shifting. Haven't you noticed it? People who once had power over your emotions now feel strangely distant. Conversations that used to sting no longer hold weight. That's not you being numb, it's heaven detoxing your soul. God is preparing you for divine clarity, stripping away every counterfeit voice so you can finally hear His. This is not punishment, it's preparation. In the next few days there will be a test disguised as an opportunity. It will look good, sound good, even feel good, but your spirit will whisper no. Don't silence that whisper. That's the very voice that's been sent to protect you. Remember, not every open door was opened by heaven. Some doors are set by the enemy to trap you into repeating the same cycle. God says, if you hesitate now you'll delay the miracle I've already scheduled. Trust me, even when it doesn't make sense. You have been in a season where patience has felt like punishment, but heaven reveals this: patience was your shield. Every time you thought God was late, He was actually on time, because He was keeping you from a premature breakthrough that would have broken you. This delay was grace. And now, beloved, that grace has ripened into favor. Something you lost is about to be restored, but not in the way you think. It won't come from the same source, it won't wear the same face, and it won't arrive in the same form. That's why you must release your expectation of how it should look. Heaven is saying, let me surprise you. Because if you cling to what was, you'll miss what is. Archangel Michael is still watching closely. His sword has already cut away people who smiled at you but secretly prayed for your failure. That's why you felt lonely, why some connections suddenly vanished. It wasn't rejection, it was protection. You may have cried about who left, but heaven rejoiced because they weren't carrying the capacity to walk into your next chapter. The next 72 hours are crucial. You will notice a shift in how people speak to you, how opportunities present themselves, and how your inner spirit reacts. Take note, write it down. These are not coincidences, they are coordinates. Heaven is mapping your next steps, and giving you confirmation so clear that even your doubts will have to bow. Beloved, your assignment is bigger than you've admitted. You've been playing small to make others comfortable, dimming your light so no one feels threatened. But heaven didn't call you to be invisible. You were born to disrupt atmospheres, to shift nations, to break chains that generations before you couldn't. That's why the battle has been so fierce, because your obedience will not only bless you, it will free others. There is someone in your family line who prayed for a deliverer. They didn't see it in their lifetime, but you are the answer to that prayer. That's why you've been carrying burdens that don't make sense. You've been battling giants that weren't yours. It's because heaven entrusted you with the mantle to finish what others couldn't. And now the baton is in your hand. Don't be afraid of the weight you feel right now, it's not crushing you, it's crowning you. Pressure always comes before the breakthrough. Heaven says, if you can endure this stretch you will step into a space of favor so wide that your enemies won't even be able to explain it. Something unexpected is about to break open in your finances. For too long you've lived under the pressure of not having enough, hiding your worries behind a brave smile. But God has seen every sleepless night, every prayer whispered over empty accounts, every tear cried over bills. Provision is coming, but not just to cover your needs, it's coming to position you to bless others. But listen closely, stewardship will be the test. Guard your abundance, not everyone celebrating you will have clean hands. Healing is also arriving in waves. Not just in your body, but in your heart and mind. You've carried wounds so deeply that you stopped believing they could ever heal. But heaven says, the scar will remain as testimony, but the pain will be gone. When this healing flows, don't resist it by holding on to bitterness. Release, forgive, let go. Forgiveness is the master key that unlocks every miracle waiting at your door. And as you forgive, watch how quickly the atmosphere shifts. Watch how opportunities you thought were dead begin to resurrect. Watch how relationships meant for you suddenly align without your striving. Heaven is orchestrating behind the scenes with precision, but your cooperation is required. Archangel Michael says, stay awake, stay aware. Don't ignore the signs because they won't repeat forever. This window is sacred and it will not remain open indefinitely. What you decide in this season will echo for years. Do not trade long-term peace for short-term comfort. Do not confuse attention with alignment. Do not chase what heaven is removing. Instead, chase presence, chase clarity, chase the whisper of God that comes not in the fire nor the earthquake but in the still small voice. That's where your next instruction will come from. And when it does, move quickly. Obedience will accelerate what delay once held hostage. Beloved, you are closer than you realize. Don't stop here, don't doubt here, don't shrink here. Lift your head, steady your heart, and remember, heaven hasn't just been watching you, it has been waiting on you. And the time is now. And now, beloved, the shift you've been sensing is no longer hidden. The heavens have already begun moving the pieces. What once looked impossible is aligning in silence. Even as you read these words, forces beyond your sight are rearranging people, circumstances, and opportunities to meet you exactly where God has called you. Don't be surprised if doors swing open without effort. Don't be startled if people who never once noticed you suddenly speak your name with honor. This is not coincidence, it is confirmation. God says, I did not design you to live small, I did not create you to stay hidden, I positioned you in this time, in this generation to shine with the very light I placed within you. The waiting season was not punishment, it was preparation. And now, child, I am opening the way before you. Archangel Michael says, you've survived every attack, you've outlasted storms meant to bury you. The reason you feel different now is because you are different. You are no longer the one who doubts, the one who fears, the one who second guesses. You are the one chosen to carry fire, to break barriers, to lead others into freedom. In the next days you may feel pressure increase. Don't mistake it for failure. Pressure precedes birth. Pressure is heaven's signal that something new is being released through you. Your spirit will feel stretched, your emotions may tremble, but your soul knows this is divine expansion. When the contractions come, breathe. When the resistance rises, trust. What you're carrying is not ordinary, it is generational. Remember, there are those who cannot go where you are headed. Some ties will break, some voices will fade, some friendships will dissolve. Don't grieve what heaven has already cut away, don't chase after what God Himself has released from your hands. It may hurt at first, but soon you'll see the freedom in the letting go. For everything removed, something greater will arrive. And when it does, it will fit with ease. God says, I am not restoring you to who you were, I am transforming you into who you were always meant to be. Stop trying to rebuild the ruins, look ahead, I am constructing something brand new. You will notice strange alignments. A phone call at the exact moment you needed it, a stranger saying words that sound like an echo of your private prayers, a sudden opportunity that appears in the very area you thought was closed forever. This is not random, this is orchestration. Heaven is weaving threads into a tapestry you cannot yet see fully. Trust the process. Archangel Michael says, "Do not shrink when favor finds you, do not downplay your brilliance to make others comfortable. You have dimmed your light long enough." Heaven is asking you to rise, to step boldly, to carry the mantle placed upon your shoulders. You are not unworthy, you are not unqualified, you are appointed, anointed, and armed with strength beyond human measure. Your health too is under divine touch. That fatigue, that heaviness, that ache that lingered longer than it should, watch as it begins to dissolve. Healing is flowing, not just into your body, but into your mind, your memory, your soul. Nightmares are being replaced with visions, anxiety is being replaced with clarity, pain is being replaced with peace. The healing is not shallow, it is deep, complete, unshakable. Pay attention to your dreams in this season. They are no longer random fragments of thought, they are coded messages. Numbers, names, colors, even locations will appear. Don't dismiss them, write them down. Heaven is teaching you a new language. What once confused you will begin to make sense as you lean into the Spirit. The veil is thinner now and revelation is flowing freely. There is also a warning, distractions will come disguised as blessings. Not every opportunity is divine, not every hand extended is pure. You must test the Spirit. If something unsettles your soul, step back. If a person's words sound perfect but their spirit feels heavy, listen to the warning inside you. That inner pull is God's protection, honor it. God says, "I am giving you new eyes to see, new ears to hear, and a new heart to discern. Trust the whispers I place inside you more than the shouts of the crowd. My guidance will always bring peace even if it challenges your comfort. The loneliness you once feared is about to transform into sacred solitude. In this space you will create, you will receive, you will grow." Isolation was not exile, it was invitation. Heaven has been drawing you closer, removing noise so you can hear the whispers that shape destiny. And soon those who laughed at your silence will witness the power of your emergence. Archangel Michael says, "Do not underestimate the power of your voice. You've been quiet for too long, silencing truths, holding back revelations. The time has come to speak boldly. What you carry is not just for you, it is for those waiting in the shadows of your courage. When you rise, others will rise too. And now, beloved, as this message draws you deeper into awakening, know this, you are standing at a threshold that cannot be delayed any longer. The choice is yours. Heaven will not force your hand. But if you step forward, if you embrace the unknown, if you choose faith over fear, you will look back on this moment as the day everything shifted forever. Do not waste the window, do not bury the call, do not let fear chain what God has freed. This is your time, this is your hour, this is your divine appointment. All of heaven is waiting, cheering, and standing by. Step forward. The way has been cleared, the battle has been fought, the victory is already yours. Amen.